Yes, I know I'm really early tonight. Thank you for being here tonight. My name is Joanne and you're on my channel, and we discuss lots of different topics and different things. I'm on night shift tonight, so I've got to start early. So hence why I apologize. Stream about nothing tonight. I don't really have much to talk about tonight. So hello. Yes, I am early. I've got to start night shift. So I've got to start night shift, and I forgot to set it. So I just got to stay awake. So I want to look at Katie Joy today. Apparently she's her live today. She overstepped the mark from what I'm hearing. It was not very nice. I want to talk about a politician today who had to resign after getting caught drink driving. And it's very interesting because she talks about the Duggar girls SA, and remember they were minors when it happened. So to me, it's not a topic that should even be discussed. So I've got to start early because I just need to get myself organized for work. So this night shift is sort of messing up my I don't know what day it is. Anyway, let's have a look at this. So this is Tim Smith, or as I call him, Dim Tim. And you would have to be a little bit dim to be drink driving and having a crash. So Dim Tim, he's apologized and resigned from the shadow cabinet after crashing his car while more than twice over the legal blood alcohol limit. Now, let me just also tell you that venues have just opened up. So where we live in Victoria. So Friday night at 6 o'clock, retail could open. And so he's gone a bit crazy by the looks of it. Mr. Smith, who until today had the Shadow Attorney General portfolio, which is like the top law officer of the Parliament, make sure that the law's followed, even though he's not a lawyer, apologised for the serious error of judgment. Victoria Police confirmed officers had responded to reports that a car had collided with another vehicle in Power Street in Hawthorn before crashing into a fence at 8:55 p.m. In a statement, he said he believed he was under the legal limit to drive home after dinner with friends, but this was not the case. I was breath tested and returned a positive reading, he said in the statement. He returned an evidentiary breath test reading of 0.131. Now, in Australia, it's 0.05. So he was huge. I have been fined under the Road Safety Act and my license has been suspended for 12 months, he said in a statement. And I hope that we as taxpayers don't have to pay for his fares to work now. No one was injured in the incident. The Liberal MP for Kew said he tendered his resignation from Shadow Cabinet to Opposition Leader Matthew Guy on Saturday. In response to the incident, Mr. Guy says, I remain exceedingly angry and disappointed with Dim Tim's actions and have conveyed my thoughts to him in no uncertain terms. David Southwick, who will add finance portfolio to his responsibilities, while Matt Barch will be appointed as Shadow Attorney General. Dim Tim was elevated to the Shadow Attorney General position in September after Mr. Guy took over in the leadership spill. Prior to that, he was Shadow planning minister. So calling him Dim Tim might actually be quite appropriate, because how many times are we told not to drink and drive, or if you've had so many drinks you don't get into a car? And yet Dim Tim thought he was above the law. So there you go. Dim Tim. So this was last night. So he would have gone out for tea last night after all the restaurants and everything had opened, and managed to get himself drunk. Drunky. Like somebody else we know that likes to have a little bit of a drinky winky. So yeah, that's one of the things that's happened today. So the other thing that happened in Katie Joy's Instagram, and we're going to go to that. Dim Tim is a bit mild. Well, I've always called him Dim Tim, even before this incident. Now, Katie Joy in her Instagram live actually switched comments off right at the start, because apparently she has ADHD and she can't read comments and talk. So we're going to get straight into Katie Joy today, because it may be triggering, and I apologize in advance. I only watched some of it. I actually had to switch it off because I couldn't believe it. All right, so let's have a look here.
Busy the last week or so. I just wanted to pop on here. I'm not here to really answer questions or anything. So if you're coming with like wanting answers to things, I'm not going to be addressing any questions tonight. At least right now, there has been a lot that's been going on, and so I know you've known.
And Llama Girl sped her voice up too, by the way. That's not how she was talking.
Noticed that there has been a lot of stuff related to the Duggars the last, week. And that's simply because I'm not trying to neglect any of the other content that you're used to seeing on the channel. It's more that within the last 2 weeks, a bunch of people that are connected to them, or we're friends with them, or we're around them, or we're close to them, or still are part of
a bunch of people. How many is in a bunch?
Their sort of lives have been reaching out. And so it's been really, it's been a lot to process for me. It's been a lot of trying to source what it is that they're saying. So for instance, last night, I was on a Zoom call.
Hi, Plan to Create. Have you watched this before? Have you watched this one, Plan to Create? Did you watch this today?
Hours with a couple people. And there's just, and then again today I was on the phone for an hour and a half, and then last Sunday I was on the phone for 2 hours, and Saturday I was on the phone for 2 hours. There's so much, and there's so many people that are wanting to share and wanting to say things, but then they don't want to go on the record. And so it's just been a lot. And
why are they talking to her? I only watched a few minutes through. But why are they going to her with her reputation?
You're listening to their stories, and you're trying to be really empathetic to what they're going through, and that
comments are off, and she's
I'm turning off comments because, again, I said I'm not answering questions. So, and I'm sorry if that makes you feel bad, but I have ADHD, and if I see your questions going, it just really is overwhelming. And this is a very overwhelming story for me, and it's just been a lot to process. And so I'm not trying to be rude. I thank you guys for watching. I thank you guys for bearing with me. It has been a very emotional week. It's been a lot of processing information.
All right. This one says she's trying to explain why all of a sudden people are reaching out to her. See, this is the thing. Why are they suddenly reaching out to her now? Why her? Why now?
been a very emotional week. It's been a lot of processing information that I'm given. And then once I'm given information, I'm trying to cross-reference everything, because I don't ever take someone's word as like, this is for sure, unless I can verify it against multiple sources.
What about Swanson? Didn't she believe what Swanson said? Because remember, she sat there and she was manipulated.
So I have now a network of individuals that I can use, and I can say, okay, do you know this? Do you know that? Did this happen? Did that happen? And if I have like multiple people that are telling me the same story, I can genuinely say, okay, it's probably somewhere in the middle, or it's, this is probably what did happen. And so it's not that. And then a lot of you guys have been asking, like, how do you verify who these people are? I guarantee you know who these people are. Like,
what? Hello, Cal. I figured because it was Halloween, we'd start off with the freak show. Hi, Christine.
If you've been following the Duggars, you know who these people are. I'm just not going to say.
So she's sort of saying, if you know anything about the Duggars, you know who the sources are. Is that what she's saying?
I guarantee you know who these people are. Like, if you've been following the Duggars, you know who these people are. I'm just not going to say who they are because they've asked me not to. So, but none of these people's names are secrets. They're not like hidden.
But why would you even say that? Why would you even say that? Oh, you'll know who they are. Really? You've just proven why you can't go to you with anything.
These are people that you have heard. So it's really easy to verify when literally it's people that have been in the public before. So why are they coming forward now? Well, it's pretty simple. For the last 20 years, the Duggars have been very powerful on network television, and they have had a lot of money and influence, and they've really silenced anybody that's tried to speak up and out. And so a lot of them are in a position right now where they truly feel like, okay, if I'm going to say something, I have to say it now. But there's still many of them in positions where they're terrified. And I don't think I can really underestimate, I can't really, to these people, I have to say this, they believe that in their world, in Arkansas.
No, that's right. She will. She outs most of them. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know why they would even go to her. All right, so now, oops. Hang on. I don't know why she would even go. Why they would go to her. I can think of a lot better people to go to than her. Just saying. All right, so we're up to 3. Okay, here we go.
Everything. Some of these people have already literally been ostracized or smeared, humiliated, made to be the bad guy, gaslit, accused of setting the Duggars up or turning the Duggars in, or whatever Jim Bob has crafted as a way to sort of make himself the victim and these other people the perpetrators, or the people that are trying to they're just.
I haven't. Oh, sorry, I didn't talk about Friendly Geordie's plan to create. I forgot to change the title. But yes, I should actually talk about him because his video yesterday was quite damning with the police. So we'll see how we go after Katie Joy. Otherwise, I'll make it tomorrow night. Will be Friendly Geordie's night.
Jealous, or they just want to take the Duggars down. So I'm trying to think here because it's, you guys, I'm sorry. It's allergy season. It's been really overwhelming. And I'll say this, that what you guys are seeing on TV and social media is not the reality of what is going on in their lives behind the closed doors. and the cute Instagram smiles and the swipe ups and the we love our families. I really want to like impress on you guys how little freedom even the adult children have. So many of you guys, well, they're married, they have their own house. They're not. They do not have independence. They don't. They are financially controlled by their father, and they know what's going to happen if they try to break free.
I want to break free. I want to break free. That's why she did a whole pile of posts today on her thing about the Duggar kids.
We made an example of to the family. So if you speak out against me, if you
did she say if you speak out against her? Oh, oopsies, sorry, Totally Clueless. I blocked Totally Clueless. Hang on. How did I do that? Oh no, how did I do that? Hang on. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Hang on, I need to just do something. How on earth did I do that? I gotta work out how to do it now. There we go. Oh, Totally Clueless, I'm sorry. Totally Clueless, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I've unblocked her.
Don't follow the status quo, you're going to end up with jail.
I'm sorry, Totally Clueless. I didn't mean to. I just unblocked you.
And Jill's been fully cut off. Jill has cut them off, but she was cut off. So I'm going to go on, YouTube, and I'll do some videos and stuff. But Jill has provided a lot of details about herself. She has said herself what happened. It's a lot different to hear it from people that were there.
So, all right. So, hello, short order cook. All right. So she says anyone can speculate. You can tell she's making this up. She feels a bit sad for Josh as a child, apparently. Hello, the fox. Hi, Cal.
Hear it from people that were there and what actually happened and how it was described and what Jim Bob said and how she was just trying to get answers and wanted accountability and wanted to get paid and wanted to know why her dad lied. And then she was, you're dangerous to this family. You can't see your siblings anymore. You're not allowed to come over, and you can't talk to your mom unless you talk to me and get my permission. So if you're a victim already and you've been victimized by your brother, and then you just want answers and you know something's not right, and then you're thrown to the trash, and then you're not allowed to see anyone in your family because you won't follow the script. That's a whole nother level of trauma. And a lot of people have asked, like, how is she doing? Everyone I've talked to said she's going through a really rough time right now, but she's done a lot of therapy. So I want you guys to know that, like, even though this might be a tough season for her, the people I have talked to have said that she's gone through so much counseling, and she's in a way better place than she was, and she's learning about boundaries and everything. Like, her life is so different than it used to be, and it's not so connected. And if you think that she's like super close to her sisters, she's just not. She doesn't have a very close relationship anymore with any of her siblings, and she only sees them very seldomly, like very seldomly. They do not have relationships. It's it's not safe for her. It's not.
Okay, I've renamed the stream Dim Tim and KJ. I thought they would be a really good combination, Dim Tim and KJ, particularly in the light of Keenstar and some of the stuff that he's talked about. KJ's DUI. Dim Tim and KJ both had DUIs.
Safe for her to have a relationship with anyone in that family, and I will say this, that Josh Duggar's crimes are a symptom of a greater illness in this family. And you know the really sad part that I've been hearing more than anything, that almost makes you feel like a little bit sad for Josh as a child, is that when all of this happened, when all of this was going down, when the stuff happened, when he was doing the stuff to his sister.
Well, if you actually have a look in the corner here, on your left corner or my right corner, it says horror show. Isn't that what this is? Horror movie. Oh, yeah, it's right here. See, right here, horror show. Horror show.
And getting into trouble. He wanted help.
I thought I'd give you a horror show. Okay, here we go. Next one.
He wanted his parents to help. He was asking for help, and they didn't give him help. He was told not to talk about it. He was told not to tell anyone about it. He was not allowed to talk about it. He was not allowed to process it. He was not allowed to deal with it. He was not allowed to. He was not taught anything about proper boundaries or anything. And Josh's problems did not fit into their agenda of being the perfect Christian family on TV. It was inconvenient for Jim Bob, and it didn't fit his image. And Jim Bob, when I tell you, is obsessed with his image, it's not an understatement. Everyone I talk to, literally everyone, every single person I talk to says he's a raging narcissist, and he's pathological. Like the adjectives I've heard of his most closest confidants: narcissist, pathological liar, gaslighter, abuser, controller.
Oh, just like her.
And selfish. I've also heard he's very generous, but he likes to love bomb people, allegedly, so that they don't want to speak out against him. So,
hello, Meanmore Dragon. There's been lots of people worried about you on YouTube, wondering if you were okay. Yeah, I thought I'd do the Halloween special.
this isn't about. Please bear with me when I say this.
Oh, hello, Llama Girl. We're just watching your beautiful work of art. Thank you, Llama Girl, for what you do. It makes the clips more bearable. So thank you. Big shout out to Llama Girl.
From my heart to you guys. When you think about the Duggars and you're watching their stuff on Instagram and you think it's cute and you think it's sweet, please remember that there are adults that are not pretty.
Yeah, I am early, Rufus, because I got to work night shift tonight. And I've got to get myself psyched up. Yeah. Llama Girl takes one for all of us. So yes, it's the Messiah, Llama Girl. Yeah. I love how she says JB doesn't let them have opinions and is controlling, and she tries to control the chat all the time. Who's the call? Well, that's why she's switched the chat off, so no one can ask any questions.
I talked to someone yesterday who said that they're horribly worried for Jana.
Oh,
Jana has no clue that she can move out. None. She's 32 years old and she does not know that she can leave.
a lot of people that I know that are 32 years of old age could move out, but they don't move out because it's cheaper to stay at mum and dad's house. Like, what's the big deal?
She does not know that she has legal rights to leave. That's horrible. Imagine being 32 and not knowing that you can leave.
No 2-minute pauses. All right. Now we're getting into the SA bit. So, all right, trigger warning. At least Llama Girl gives us the trigger warnings.
Being her sister. And it's not for her wanting to stay. It's not for her protecting her sisters. It's not for any of the reasons people think.
Well, I figured she was talking faster than normal, Llama Girl. I was hoping you sped her up. Yes, I know. That's the thing. It had to be. That's right. I thought, what a perfect. It's Halloween in Australia tonight. What better way?
She can't leave. Everyone says, oh, she doesn't want to leave because she's protecting her sisters. No, it's not that at all. She also was not touched by Josh. It was not about John David. It was because I was told by multiple people the reason why Josh did not go after Jana was because Jana was really aggressive and like very physical as a kid. And if he would have tried anything with her, she would have beat his ass. Like I've heard multiple people say that. Like Jana would have beat his ass if he would have tried. I was also told that Jill punched him when he tried to do that to her. So,
this is not your story to tell. These aren't your details to tell. They're not your details. So for those of you that came in late, I titled this Dim Tim and KJ because Dim Tim is a politician in where I live in Victoria, Australia, and he got done for being twice over the legal limit drink driving, lost his license for 12 months. And I figured that Dim Tim and KJ would actually be a good stream together. So I know it doesn't add up, does it? Because
she was not down with that. So he only went after, over time, certain people that he knew he could get away with. And the way that it's been described on TV by them is so, oh God. It went on for years, you guys. It wasn't a couple months. It was years. It was going on from probably 2000 to 2003, 2004. No one can even say if it stopped. No one knows. No one knows at all. They just don't know if he just got better at hiding it. And then he quickly got him out of the house by getting him married to Anna. But Anna was, multiple people told me that Anna wasn't told anything. Like
that's right. Oh yeah, it was nearly 3 times the legal limit. Yeah, it was ridiculous. I don't know how you can be 3 times over the limit and think you're still okay to drive though.
They didn't tell her anything. They like completely lied to her. And the sickest part of it, out of all of it that I heard, was that Michelle, like...
So she's just sitting here spreading gossip because she just said that I heard.
Allegedly told Josh to like never tell any of the girls that he was interested in until they got married. Like she wanted Josh to keep it a secret so that they wouldn't want to be with him. Like imagine your mom's telling you need to lie about something that big. What I'm realizing is that there was so many lies and covering up that it just created this monster with Josh where it was like he was in a really dangerous cult that was telling him it wasn't his fault. Telling him it wasn't his fault, but he really had parents that were more concerned about being famous than actually dealing with the situation. And there was a lot of people that tried to help. In the past, I've been really critical of like, oh, where were all the friends? Where were they? Why wasn't anyone helping? You know, there were so many people that tried to help and intervene. It just didn't. You don't intervene with Jim Bob, I'm learning. If he doesn't want your help and you say no to him, he'll like, I don't even know how many people I've talked to where it's like, once you cross him, you're ostracized from his life. Like exactly what happened to Jill is what has happened to so many people in their lives. So it's like Amy's in the same place, Derek's in the same place, former friends are in the same place, his own sister's in the same place. It's a mess. I don't know what this means long term. I don't know where the story is going. I am grateful that people are coming and sharing their stories and wanting to speak out. A lot of you guys are asking if they're going to, if people are going to want to go on record. And I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I am working hard, but they're scared. And I think it's hard. You don't want to, they're scared. Like, he has a lot more money than they do. He has a lot more influence than he does. He has a lot more influence than they do. It's a small circle. It's scary for them. But everyone wants it to stop. Like everyone I talk to, they just want it to stop. They're afraid for the girls. They're super afraid for the girls in the house still. There's been discussions about the trial and if there's going to be witnesses, and I don't have anything verified yet, so I'm not really going to say anything on that. There could be a couple kids testifying against him.
What? No way. Why would you even spout that? KJ sitting on the chair drinking. I think Joanne is right. Tim Smith and KJ would be a good match. They would be. Tim and KJ.
There'd be a couple kids testifying against him, but I'm not going to release any of that information because that's protected by the court.
But you just opened your mouth.
It's just a lot deeper than I think you even realize. This is like, and then there's the question of what happened to Josh, right? Everyone wants to know if he was assaulted too. Like, how did he get like this? There's literally no person that knows. Nobody knows. The Duggars haven't told anyone. If they've told anyone, it's nobody that's talking today. And they had a lot of really dangerous men around them growing up. There was a lot of pedophiles, a lot of men that had really shady histories with sexual assault, people coming in and out of the house constantly, lots of people around them that had accusations of inappropriate sexual conduct, literal pedophiles that were like living in their house for periods of time. Caleb Wilson was one of them. They had a sex offender dating one of their tutors at one point, and then she married him. The person that they used to talk to Josh was a pedophile. So there's a lot of just like really scummy people around them. So you just don't know. And nobody says anything, so you just can't really say. But the way that it was handled really made the situation worse. And I think in a lot of ways, had they addressed the issue or at least tried to do it in a more productive way and stopped what they were doing and like taken care of the situation and really put him in a long-term treatment facility, like residential mental health. What I'm actually learning is I really think there's a lot of people in that family that are struggling with very deep mental illness. And it's sad because they're in a cult that tells them they can't have any treatment.
Hang on. But she's... You can't say that because it's all hearsay evidence. Like, okay, so at the moment she's speaking to people. They could say whatever they like about the Duggars, and she's going to believe them. Oh.
And then they have a raging narcissist as well. So I think I'm going to turn on comments just for a second to see if you have anything to add, and I'll answer. Thank you for your badges. I'm extremely tired right now, and I'm taking care of myself.
Go to bed if you're tired.
I don't know if anyone had any questions. It is totally a nightmare. It's a lot more than we thought.
Exactly, plan to create. The family could be setting her up, for different.
It's really hard for me to care about the gossip.
She said she doesn't care about the gossip right now. Well, guess what you've just been doing? The family, Jim Bob could be setting her up for a big defamation suit. He could be setting up for a big defamation suit.
It's also why it's really hard for me to care about the gossip right now.
It's really hard to care about the gossip. What have you just been doing? You've been gossiping. Where's the evidence? Where's the facts?
It's the petty stuff. It's hard for me to be invested in any of that because it's I'm learning firsthand what the consequences are of all of this. I don't know if you should say this poor family. I think you should say these poor kids. The parents have had a choice over and over and over again. It's been really difficult with all the information, but thankfully I had someone call me this morning to literally just say, how are you doing? How are you processing this? And this was someone who's from that world. And I have to say, you guys, the people that are reaching out are some of I don't believe with them. I don't agree with them politically, philosophically, or anything, but they're kind. They're kind. They've said that, so at least two of them have said the reason they've reached out to me is because I've better represented the story than other outlets. Deeper.
Oh no. She didn't just say that. Did she just say that she better represents the story than other outlets? You're not an outlet, darling. You're not an outlet. You're a middle-aged gossiper. That's what you are. In my opinion, of course.
Better represented the story than other outlets and provided deeper history of the cult and the sort of mind games that happen within this cult.
Oh, she's an outlet.
Slant. I'm not. Some of the outlets can be really nasty to them, and
they can be. She's very nasty to the Duggars.
Mind games that happen within this cult. That, and I don't use a slant. I'm not. Some of the outlets can be really nasty to them and be really cruel, and I try not to be. I think Michelle is not kept in the dark. No. I think Michelle knows what's going on. I don't think Michelle is innocent, but I also know that Jim Bob's very controlling.
Oh no.
Nobody believes that Josh is going to walk. So if I can ease your fears in this, literally no one in that area that has a brain that knows the area believes that he's getting out of this. Yeah, the people are really sweet. Like, they don't necessarily agree with me on a lot of things in life, but they're very, like, they have really...
I'm sorry. I just said oh no, because I just got a text message through from my mother to tell me that her eldest sister is not expected to last the night. We found out on a day or two ago that she was actually in hospital, and today we heard this morning that she could no longer walk, the dreaded C word, and the message has just come through that she's probably not going to last the night. She's 75 years old. So if you could keep my mother and her siblings and family in your thoughts and prayers over the next few days as they have to deal with the fact that she's the eldest sibling. Yeah, she's not like, and of course they can't see her due to COVID. So it's not as if they can all, yeah. No, I don't need to go. I can't do anything about it. So no, I don't need to go at the moment. But I heard this morning that she deteriorated and she could no longer walk. And the message, my phone just went off to say she's not expected to last the night. So, yeah. So if you could just keep my mum and her siblings in your thoughts and prayers, that would be really, really good. In fact, my dad lost his younger sibling earlier this year, and my mum's losing her older sibling soon, and both to the dreaded C word. So yeah. All right, we'll go back to KJ. I need a bit of a laugh. Yeah. Thank you.
Good hearts. And I mean, you guys, it was a pretty amazing experience to, like, during my call last night, have a conversation with someone who had previously used corporal punishment and like have an honest conversation, like heart to heart, of me saying, okay, this is what you did, and you probably didn't think anything of it, and you were misled. And I want to tell you what the kids are telling me of what their experience was, of what your corporal punishment did to them. You know, and then them, like, actually listening to that. So that having those kind of conversations can't happen if you are nitpicking and humiliating them.
All right, this one.
The Duggars, so no. No, it was not the same crew with the roll-offs and the Duggars, so no. Jill doesn't have very much contact at all with anyone in the family anymore. I don't think that anything I would say to Jim Bob would resonate. So I think I make clear my feelings about things, but I know just based on talking to people that nothing I say will matter to him. He'll just say that I'm a liberal that's persecuting him because he's a Christian, and I'm going after him because of his Christian beliefs, which is not true. Yeah, you can't confront a narcissist.
Oh, Cal, sorry to hear that. What's my dad in his hair? All right. Take care, Cal.
Jill has limited contact with all of her sisters.
Yes, Burton did pass away too. Yeah.
Honestly, you guys, after what I learned yesterday, Jill should not talk to these people. No one should talk to these people. No one. There's a lot of illness going on in this, and it's a lot of sexual, it's. The family's very sick, and she's not safe around them. In my opinion, there's a lot of unresolved trauma, and there's a lot of narcissistic abuse, control, and gaslighting happening. So she is not safe in a situation with these people. Yeah.
It's funny how she can diagnose narcissists, eh?
Don't file CPS reports, you guys. It's fair to. I don't really know what's going on, honestly. Josh can't have contact with them. Yeah, Jim always tried to use some of the kids to manipulate her. And he's sent Jana places to keep her in line and make sure she can't influence people. Yeah, don't file CPS reports on anyone. Trust me, you don't know unless you're literally in these people's lives. Don't get involved. Jill and Amy are close. I don't think they see each other very much. They're both super busy.
We're talking about Amy. Did anyone see what Amy actually posted on Twitter? I'll have to pull that up for you all. That was very interesting. I'm just going to turn this off just for a minute. What's really interesting here, though, is that this coincides with the conversation where KJ was talking about Amy and her mother. And all she's put, look at this. This coincides with, this was October 30, lie after lie after lie. Lie after lie after lie. Now that coincides with somebody's life. Then you're so right. She does spew lie after lie, and everyone's going, your BFF KJ is the biggest of all liars. Yeah, your YouTube bestie does do that very well. She's probably talking about Josh, not KJ. What's the lie about Amy? I'm not surprised. I've been telling people for a while now that with some people are saying it's KJ. And then other people are saying that we don't know who it is, but she just said lie after lie after lie. Which I thought it was very interesting. I know, David. It's she's telling people not to get involved, but she is. So we'll go back to KJ.
So, you know how Amy posted, like, if you don't address childhood trauma, like, it becomes, like, who you are in your adulthood, or, like, there's a lot of kids in this family that literally have never been allowed to deal with their trauma. And because of that, and they've never been taught, like, proper boundaries for a lot of things, like, a lot of people I've talked to just don't even feel safe even around the kids, and that scares me, like, really bad. I hope that there's not other boys in the family doing this, but
Oh,
I don't know.
No way.
Like, the issue could be bigger than Josh, and it's scary. A lot of people are believing Jim Bob, or they just don't want to see the truth. A lot of these kids grew up in a world where corporal punishment was the norm and boundaries were blurred. So people don't feel safe around them for a variety of reasons. I don't want to say, like, why. It's just they're very manipulated by Jim Bob. And they wouldn't, like, trust these people to, like, babysit their kids. Yeah, I mean, I think the sad thing is, you guys, I think there was a lot of neglect in the house because there were so many kids. And I think that the Duggars had a very big agenda of becoming famous and making a lot of money with fame and making a name for themselves. Like, Jim Bob spent a lot of his life trying to become famous, and that was his goal more than anything else. The kids just were not given enough attention. A lot of them were not raised by their parents, but were raised by their siblings. And I mean, I'm learning that even the Duggars, when they go on their videos and say, you know, we have heart-to-hearts with our kids all the time, I've learned that that's not even true, because some topics they won't let them talk about. And so they're not really having conversations with all of their kids.
Wowzers.
So literally nobody knows if Jim Bob did anything. So I don't know.
You can't make those accusations or those assumptions.
That would just be like speculation that I can't confirm. So I don't want to even go there, really.
Why did you even mention it?
I actually feel like if they wouldn't have been on TV, it actually would have been better had they listened to the people that were around them at the time. The advice that they were given at the time by people that were, like, the closest to them and cared about them the most was that they needed to get Josh into long-term treatment, that Josh needed extensive counseling, that the girls needed to be safe from Josh, that Josh needed to be removed from the house, and that the girls needed counseling. And that never happened. So had they like followed the advice of the people that were the closest to them at the time, things might have been very different. think that a lot of people in this world watch my videos. In fact, three people have told me that Jim Bob's media person pays attention. And he has, like, vented about me before, allegedly.
But the media people and the I was going to say the lawyers.
I know, it's scary, you guys. Yeah, children cannot raise children. I mean, there was talks about, like, how the kids are, like, brought into rooms for spankings and they used rods. Sometimes there was glue sticks, allegedly. Other times there was, like, wooden rods. They were never done in public. Yeah, we need to save these kids somehow. I do worry about my safety if I go to Arkansas. Greatly, actually.
What?
But, because I am known and I'm an enemy. Which is really sad, you guys. Like,
she's an enemy.
I'm not trying to be an enemy. I'm just trying to tell the truth. And I'm just trying to, like, report the truth and try to help the people that have been affected by this tell their story. And I'll tell you, the people that tell their story to me, all they want is for this to stop. They want it to stop. They want the kids to be taken care of. They want the girls to be a priority. They want this game that's being played in the media to stop. They want accountability for Josh. They want accountability for Jim Bob. They want the kids to, have freedom and not have to live under their dad's thumb. No, everyone I've talked to said that Jim Bob is running for Senate because it's a deflective move for him to, like, act, like, tough and, like, show you that he's got all kinds of money, clout, and power, and he doesn't care what you guys say. That's what I've heard. Of all the stories I've investigated, yeah, I'd say this is probably one of the worst, for sure.
She now
There's so much abuse that's been happening.
She's now an investigator, people. There we go. We always knew that. There's the connection to the FBI. She's an investigator now.
Or alleged abuse, and there's, like, so much sexual abuse. There's so much
alleged,
psychological, spiritual.
Alleged. All right.
But in one of my conversations last night, and I'm not at all equating them exactly to the Turpins, but I said this reminds me of the Turpins without the kids being chained to the beds and not fed. Like, they're, like, in a psychological chain. I don't know if that makes sense. They're not free. They don't have freedom. So, like, the Turpins were, like, really horrifically abusive, and they chained the kids, and they didn't feed them, and that kind of stuff. Didn't let them go to the bathroom. But the Duggar kids are, like, psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually, like, trapped. Emotional chains, yeah. I have really bad allergies. I mean, Jana's 32 and doesn't know she can leave.
Maybe she doesn't want to. Maybe Jana doesn't want to leave. As we said before, a lot of kids aren't leaving home now.
And then you add the fame, you add the notoriety, and then you add the fact that there's this long con to the public about it. It's by far one of the worst stories I've ever covered. All of the adult kids besides Jill and Ginger, I think, are financially dependent on Jim Bob. John, David, and Abby are still tight with the family. Oh, I'm actually super tired right now.
Well, go to bed. Go to
I
bed.
took my meds before I got on, and I have to take meds like twice a day. So I took my nighttime meds, and they make me tired.
Go to bed.
I just want. Joanna is not dependent, but Austin is like in Jim Bob's pocket. So it's like a double-edged sword. She's never going to be free from this. Oh yeah, my eyes are red from the allergies. And then my nose, I've got scabs on the inside, and I'm constantly, it's just been really bad. So you guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for being patient. I know there's other stuff that we should be talking about, but I feel like I need to give the attention right now to the people that are coming forward and speaking. Like, I feel like their points of view need to be shared. And I can only build trust with them by being as diligent in my reporting as possible and as thorough and as also like protecting their identities. So good night, everyone.
Is that it? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. There you go. What do you reckon? Well, that's right. It's isn't it fall or autumn? Yeah, it's not allergy season. It's allergy season here. So we know that when push comes to shove, she'll sell out her sources. We know that. We know that. Going back to Dim Tim, there's this was the there's a trend 1 year since the embarrassing and ridiculous donut tweet by Tim Smith MP. He's talking about to Donut Day. This is so. This is why we call him Dim Tim. Do you remember that Donut Day? It says Tim hates being reminded of this. Please do not repost the article and tag him. Well, guess what? It's trending. It's trending on Twitter. This says this aged well. Why can you buy a beer at a pub without food in New South Wales but not Victoria? Seems Chairman Dan is at it again with his bizarre, puritanical rules. Surely he still can't say it's good to protect us from ourselves. He really is the most tedious Waleser around. Well, guess who needed... Well, obviously, Dan did say he had to be protected from himself. Oh, dearie. It says Tim Smith will never forget the number 131. This is handy because 1318008 is the Australia-wide number to call a taxi. 008 is memorable too, of course, being a reverse. It says Tim Smith invites citizens to share their concerns with him. If you're concerned about drink driving, please take a moment to share your thoughts. He's copping it. The only COVID directive that Tim Smith followed to get on the beers. It's almost 24 hours since Tim got busted. Do you think he's sober yet? The day keeps giving. It's Dan Andrews fails in his duty of care to cut Tim Smith off at the bar and forced him to drive home drunk. Tim Smith also alleges Dan was the only one driving, but did a runner before the cops arrived. And it's called his political career in pictures. Oh, dim Tim. Oh, and I was told I was mean calling him Dim Tim. Just going to show it to us. Yeah, here we go. So this is the first one. In case you didn't see it again, I'm glad you needed that laugh anymore. In case you didn't see it, this is the thing. 800, that's the number Daniel Andrews should be reflecting on. Rather than gloating, he should take responsibility for the 800 Victorians who died in the second wave caused by his quarantine fiasco. The last 4 months have been a tragedy for so many families. So this is the donut pic everyone's talking about. So they're saying this is his political career in pictures. And it says he's still an MP, once again showing there's no minimum standard to being a politician. And then this one. 9 p.m. on Saturday. As I said, I hadn't been. And then why didn't Dan Andrews prevent this? Oh, is that his car? Look at his car. Well, that's a bit awkward for Tim Smith. Well done, Vic Labour. Stellar work. Shadow Minister for Roads, Road Safety and the TAC. That was his portfolio from March 2021 to September 2021. He was the Minister for Road Safety. Poor old took the whole get on the beers thing literally. You know, when you're a D-head, when people hear you're in a car crash, laugh, and are only relieved to know you didn't physically hurt anyone else, and feel sorry about the fence you smashed into and the people who own the fence. Imagine being such a loser. Bernie Finn even laughs at you. A lot of angry Liberals today, and they want Matthew Guy to pressure Tim Smith into resigning from Parliament, as he did with Simon Ramsey in 2018 for drink driving offences. I wonder when the Victorian opposition are going to blame this on Dan Andrews. I'm betting he's wishing now Melbourne was still in lockdown now that he's tasted freedom.
It's pretty heavy. It is enormous. It is unwieldy. It's pretty heavy.
Opposition is proof that a year of incompetence and attention seeking earns a promotion. Just one of my favourite moments. Yes, that's him swearing at the moment. MP ridiculed after tweeting odd image of donuts. So oh boy! All right. Nothing beats a hangover like some donuts. We had these made for Tim Smith to celebrate his special blood alcohol rating milestone. What a shame he won't be able to drive over and pick them up. You do not understand the joke. All right.
Well, the dinner party started with one dinner party.
Oh, I know.
If people simply get on the beers. As best we can tell, the dinner party started with one case by the end of the dinner party. Almost everybody at the dinner party had a case of beers. People simply take it seriously. Get on the beers. That's your civic duty. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. Beers. Get on the beers. Get on the beers. Take this seriously. Get on the beers. Get on the beers. That's your civic duty. Beers. Get on the beers. That's what's most important. Beers. That's what's most important. Beers. That's what's most important. Beers. What must be done. If people simply get on.
There you go. Waiting for Tim Smith to say he was possessed by Daniel Andrews to get behind the wheel twice over the legal limit. Oh, I know Jimmy Rees has a new video too. Oh dear. Anyway, that is the funniest thing. So yes, even his statement to me was, last night I made a serious error of judgment. After dinner with friends, I believed I was under the legal limit to drive home. This was not the case. I was breath tested and returned a positive reading. I have been fined under the Road Safety Act and my license has been suspended for 12 months. We better not be paying for you to go to Parliament every day, mate. That should have to come out of your own pocket. So let's just say lots of people have been having fun with this. So yeah, so definitely it's trending. So anyway. So that he only got caught. He only got caught because he crashed his car. Let's face it. If he hadn't have crashed his car, he probably wouldn't have been pulled over. But he crashed his car. And that's what got him. Oh dear. And there's still the whole battle between Keen Star and Katie Joy. I don't know why she had to dig in and find his personal information. She doesn't like it happening to her. He's lucky he didn't hit somebody. That's the whole thing. Actually, someone's just posed the question, which I have to say is a very good question. Let's pull this up. This person here. It says, who was having dinner with Tim Smith last night? Any other MPs? If there were any politicians present last night and they didn't prevent Tim Smith from driving home, then the public needs to know. Where were the people that he was having party with? Because surely at 1.0, whatever it was, 1.1, he would have been off his face. And surely you would not let your friend drive. If you had saw somebody in that state, you would not let them drive. Correct? I mean, why didn't they stop him from driving? Now, the other interesting thing is, this is what was the report. This is what the Age reported about it. It sounded like he was trying to, this is this. Nearby neighbours told the Age they had heard two large bangs that woke him up. They saw a Jaguar had collided with a smaller vehicle. He was really revving out of it to try and reverse it away from the wall. A woman who asked not to be identified said of the Jaguar driver. He continued to get in and out and move it, spinning the wheels. It was just weird. He was lucky no one was killed. He was lucky he wasn't killed. The car is complete write-off. Mr. Smith will be served with infringement notice, after which he's likely to be required to appear in court, which may lead to a conviction. Sounds like he was trying to run away from it. Jaguars are obviously earning too much money. So for me, friends don't let your friends drive. Yeah. But friends don't let friends drive drunk, right? So anyway. And remember that when Dan Andrews was off work with his back, they wanted a whole pile of questions asked. So someone's sent a list of questions for it says, in true liberal fashion, there are questions to be answered. Where was the dinner? Who was there? What did he drink? How much did he have to drink? Who paid? Was it a work dinner? Who let him drive? So, which is, and then, yeah, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Anyway, I'm definitely, I don't know. That's going to be very interesting. It will be definitely very interesting to see what happens here. Anyway, based on that note, and I'm starting to yawn and I can't go to sleep. The commercial told you not. Yes, that did tell you not to drive. I'm going to go now. I need to get myself ready for work. I need to have get some caffeine into me because I'm starting to get a bit sleepy. But I've got to start work. A couple of hours, night shift. Well, it's going to be very interesting. It was very interesting seeing him squirm. when he was asked about whether he had any affairs. Alexander Downer. Yes, Alexander Downer was a Fed MP. I start at midnight, the Fox, but I got to pack my bag and wake myself up. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. So I won't be streaming tomorrow. I've got choir practice tomorrow night. We're actually back face to face. Oh, here's the police report. Here's the police report on. This is from Vic Poll. It says police responded to a 2-vehicle collision in Hawthorne on Saturday, 30th of October. Emergency services were called to reports a car had collided into another vehicle on Power Street before crashing into a fence at 8:55 p.m. The driver of the vehicle, 38-year-old Q Main, tested positive for alcohol and was taken to a police station where he returned an evidentiary breath test reading of 0.131. The man had his license immediately suspended and received an infringement notice for exceeded prescribed concentration of alcohol. No one was injured. Could you imagine that? I could just imagine him with the police going, "Don't you know who I am? I'm Dim Tim." And this was his statement. Yeah. You know what? They've just wasted all this money on letterheads because it's got Tim Smith, Shadow Attorney General, Shadow Minister for Finance, Shadow Minister for COVID-19 delivery. It says, last night I made serious error of judgment. After dinner with friends, I believed I was under the legal limit to drive home. This was not the case. I had been fined under the Road Safety Act and my license been suspended for 12 months. I apologise to my constituents, my colleagues, my family and the people of Victoria who expect their elected representatives to uphold the highest standards of behaviour. Today, I tendered my resignation from the Shadow Cabinet to the Leader of Opposition, which he has accepted. Well, hopefully all of those are gone. So anyway, that was his statement. Poorly written. A child could have done better. But anyway. So anyway, oops. So I'm going to head off now. So thank you for joining me. And yes, we will see how we go. And so I'll be back Tuesday night, I think, before I have to go to work. Because, the other thing is they don't like paying us for public holidays. So my whole body is stuffed up badly because I did a night shift. Then I've had 2 no work nights. I didn't work Saturday night. Didn't work Friday night. Didn't work Saturday night. Working tonight. Not working Monday night. And then working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then I've got, anyway, my body's going to take me a while. So I may be all over the place for a little while. So I apologize. I just got to get used to this night shift. Anyways, thank you all for watching. And I will catch you all again soon.